Well, speaking of confident individuals that do not show restraint, we went and saw the Black Adam movie, Riley.
That was a good transition.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was
More
good.
often than not, they're
Yeah.
extraordinarily forced. This one, I managed to
This one
get in there
smooth.
naturally.
That's why
Felt
I
really
had-
good about that.
That's
Felt
why I
really
had
good
to
about
point
that.
it out.
Every so often, the blind squirrel finds the nut. Black Adam, starring Dwayne Johnson as The Rock, playing Death Adam. His big screen introduction into the DCU includes, of course, the Justice Society, Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher. A lot of great hero names in this movie. And it kind of makes me think, I wonder, are there other movies that have a better just top to bottom lineup, just of flat out hero names? Like, that's really good. Like, imagine you've got, is it Michael Buffer, right? The dude that has just that exquisite announcing voice. Like the "Let's get ready to rumble"
that guy.
right. And if he, I feel like it's Bruce Buffer. Buffer, I think is the right name. Anyway, like if he's going top to bottom with that lineup, Black Adam, Dr. Fate, I would say that is one of the just phonetically strongest lineups you can possibly get. So I embrace it. I
think the Suicide Squad would rival it.
There's a
yep with Javelin and
Ooh, yep. Sure.
PDK.
Arms fall off, boy.
Weasel, yes. Weasel especially,
Weasel, yeah. That really strikes respect into the heart of opponents.
It does.
It does. So what'd you think of Black Adam, Riley?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I surprisingly liked it a lot. Like,
It's great.
That's what I wanted. I wanted a comic. I understood why critics aren't gonna like it.
Sure.
Just because
there's gonna be some detractors there.
You gotta know why you're going to this movie. You're going to watch people with superpowers beat the shit out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's like why you go to a Transformers movie. You're not going to a Transformers movie for the plot.
Nope.
You are going to a Transformers movie to watch robots fight each other to the death.
And it's awesome.
It is awesome.
And we've been banging this drum about this movie, I think, ever since it became a topic on our podcast. Like, hey, this is probably what it's going to be. So enjoy it for what it is, not for what it's not supposed to be.
It's not going to. This is not a movie you're going to go watch and come back home and think about your life and reflect and be like,
no, there's nothing really deeper there.
Yeah, no, I don't need to change my life after watching that movie.
No, it's the Punisher with superpowers.
Essentially, yeah.
It was awesome. That was great.
It was pretty sweet.
It was great. And how many different ways can he kill people? Right? Many, pretty creative.
I was going in, and I've said this the last podcast. I was a little worried about The Rock, and I was really worried about some dialogue options.
Yep.
But for the dialogue, he didn't really talk that much,
right?
And I was kind of okay with it.
Yeah,
he just kind of had this brooding, man of few words vibe.
There was very little dialogue on his end. And what dialogue there was revolved around the same, I'm going to say, themes on a regular basis. As far as, hey, Hawkman, get out of my way, I'm going to smoke you. This guy's your enemy. Let me kill him. Or I'm not the hero.
Right.
So try to remind
people. Say that quite a bit.
I'm not the hero. I'm not the hero. I'm not the hero. I'm not the hero.
He wasn't lying, but
he was being honest.
I mean, yeah.
Honest Adam.
Half the dialogue was Hawkman being like, this isn't what heroes do.
I'm not a hero.
I'm not a hero. Fist in the face.
Yeah. It looked great. Every single character looked really solid. Even the relatively minor characters like Cyclone, it didn't look bad. It looked fine. But Black Adam looked terrific. Dr. Fate looked fantastic. Hawkman looked exquisite. They were absolutely tremendous. They looked so good.
It was awesome.
So good. And when Black Adam rebuilds his suit later in the movie, and now he's got the more crisp lightning bolt coming down the chest, and he's got the cape. I liked that. I liked that touch. That was unexpected, but I did like it.
The cape is sweet.
Yeah, it looked really, really, really good. Was there anything from the movie that surprised you?
that surprised me?
Yeah.
Not really.
Hmm.
It's kind of what I expected it to be.
Yeah. I don't understand at all why Amanda Waller was in this movie.
That is weird. She had no reason to be there. I have because
Seriously, like it was never discussed or explained. Like she's dialoguing with Hawkman very early in the movie, but there's no mention of a Suicide Squad.
nope.
Or of her mentioning the Justice Society, or why she and Hawkman are
Bros.
like coordinating their efforts here.
Right.
Why was she
So
in it? Like Hawkman could have been operating independently for all we know, and apparently he's loaded because he has more money than Batman.
that was sick.
That was right. Which okay, good for you. Yeah, if I think about it too much, there's certainly aspects of it that were just not explained at all. Not even underexplained, but just like, no, this is just how it is. Hawkman has a freaking mansion, oodles, like more money than God kind of money.
Right.
And he's on speaking terms with Amanda Waller. Okay.
Yeah. So like my only thought process on that, because they said the Justice Society is like for world peace.
Sure.
Correct.
Sure.
So is this what she does above board?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Justice Society what she's in charge of above board, and they don't know about the Suicide Squad?
Okay.
That's
I like that theory.
That's my only thought, because I don't think Hawkman would willingly work with Amanda Waller.
Yep.
Just like Batman wouldn't willingly work with Amanda Waller.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
and I think, well, I mean, was it the end of Batman versus Superman when her and Batman have that talk?
Oh, wow.
Or was that the end of the original Suicide Squad?
Oh, my goodness.
Either way, they have that talk,
Yeah, it
and
was
he's
the
like,
end of the
I know
original
what you're
Suicide
doing. You better
Squad.
be careful and watch yourself, is what he
Right.
says.
Right. Yep.
So I don't,
Yep.
that would be my guess.
Well, and it's like you said when we saw the trailer and we were making our predictions, how weird that they, and by they, we mean the DC overlords, just keep using Amanda Waller as like the common thread to tie off.
It's like,
It's like, she's not Nick Fury, guys.
that's
She's
what I'm
not bringing the
saying.
band together.
She's poor man's Nick Fury at
She's-
this point. She doesn't want to do that.
No.
She's all about control.
It's a little more than a little odd, quite frankly. More than a little odd.
She literally had no reason to be there.
No.
And then I was very
No.
confused what the underwater prison was. Is there an underwater prison in DC that I don't know about?
Evidently there is. That scene also, that scene probably out of all the scenes bothered me the most because he is freed from the underwater prison. It's like, dude, just take your breathing apparatus off, right? Because he's not like in water, submerged at that point. So take it out of your mouth, say Shazam, and it's go time. But instead he's fighting with it in his mouth, and then he jumps in the water.
I think it's because maybe there's not a clear shot.
That was a tough one to
Right.
justify.
I was just like
I like the concept of the scene with Dr. Fate, like reaching into the beyond, like
That
it's
was
just
sick.
it's flexing Dr. Fate's powers.
that was badass.
That's fantastic, and he's trying to keep Hawkman at bay to keep him from dying. It's the sacrifice play that, again, kudos to us. We predicted, called it
I was
from a
sad
mile
that we
away.
called it, but
Sad, but we crushed it. So up top, Chris by 5. There you go. So a lot of the scene was, hey, this is great. This is worthwhile. It was just that particular execution of the Black Adam piece. I guess they wanted, I get it. If they're like, hey, we want to show that he's a formidable dude without the superpowers. Like, okay. Then have the magic somehow be blocked. There's like some kind of barrier. Like he says Shazam, he can't turn into Shazam. So he's got to get to the surface in order to have access to the lightning. Come up with something. But yeah, okay. Anyway.
yeah, I was so confused. And then I was also like, why is there an American base secret prison in Antarctica?
Yep.
I was super confused.
Yep. Transformers. I feel like we should just say Transformers. We're like, I can't think about it.
Robots. Guys.
Robots. I enjoyed the origin story
good.
overall. I thought that was really well laid out. I liked so in the New 52 comic version of Black Adam, he is, in his introduction, he's not very anti-hero. He's pretty firmly in the villain camp. Like it shows his origin where he steals, like his son is the one that gets the powers initially from the wizards, just like in the movie. But in the comics, he like tricks his son into saying the magic word to get rid of the powers, and then he like kills his kid. Like it's extraordinarily dark. Yeah, real dark. So really glad that they didn't go that path. That would have been pretty tough, pretty unpleasant. And instead, I liked what they did with his son sacrificing himself for the sake of the father, and how that sacrifice has just laid so heavily on Black Adam's soul ever since. That was great. That was really well done. Comic version, no bueno. No, thank you. No, too dark. Hard pass.
So dirty.
It is. It is. It's really like you read it like, whoa. That's tough.
That was something I didn't know going in his origin.
Sure.
So, but I picked up on it really quick when they first showed the son. I was like, oh, he's the dad. He's for sure the dad.
It was not subtle.
No.
It was no.
I was trying to figure out like how he got the powers. But that was the only thing. Because I didn't know his origin.
Yeah. Like I like the son's about to be killed by the king. The wizards pull him out of that, like flex their magic, give him these abilities. They're honoring what they believe to be his worthiness as the hero. That's great. I think a lot of the origin was really well told. For as much as we're saying, the story was okay, that aspect of the story I thought was really sound. Yeah. And that, hey, on account of the king knowing who this kid is, who his family is, now they're going after his family. All this makes a lot of sense. So that I thought was really well told. I wish they would have spent more time on how the Council of Wizards entombed Black Adam. Like that was really quickly done, right? And you only get that shot where the Council of Wizards is trying to subdue Black Adam, and he's just bam, 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 smoking them with the lightning until only the one wizard that we now know as Shazam remained. I wish they would have spent some more time on that. I mean, maybe one of the best things, I've said this about other movies and other shows, I wish they would have taken more time. It didn't feel like a short movie, but there were times where I thought, I'd like to see more of that. Let's linger here a little bit longer. So it could have been longer, and I would have been there for it.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is one of those movies too where I wish it was like Marvel. Marvel would take notes because I want more from Dr. Fate.
Yep.
I'm way more pumped for Dr. Fate than I've ever been for Doctor Strange. There's no knock to Doctor Strange.
Yep.
But like the build up for Dr. Fate was sick and executed so well.
Yep.
Hawkman was another one that surprised me.
Agreed.
I did not think I would like Hawkman as much.
Yep.
I would be cool with a series on Hawkman.
You bet.
That would be something I would get behind.
Love
I'd
to
be
see more Hawkman.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And the hype is there.
Yep.
Like, it's not like, oh, here's Moon Knight.
Yep. And here's the deal. Even Atom Smasher and Cyclone, like their characters, if I want to be fair, were woefully just underdeveloped. But the actor and the actress that played them, I found to be charismatic. It's like, I'd like more of those. I'd like more of them.
Right.
I just didn't think they had much to do.
They don't need their own show.
No.
They don't have enough hype for me to be like, we need an Atom Smasher series.
But Cyclone's like talking about her origin. Like, wasn't it her dad that experimented on her? Like, so speaking of bad dads, there's another one for you.
Tough, bro. Tough.
Henry freaking Winkler is the original Atom Smasher.
That was hilarious.
It's incredible. It's incredible. So there's great pieces there. It's like let's flesh those out. Like I remember the Batman this March, something that we commented on with that 3-hour runtime. It's like that's a confident move when you're going, hey, this is the first Batman movie with this director, with this actor, and we're going to bang out a 3-hour beast for you. It's a really bold, really confident move. I think DC had something here that could have been more than the 2 hours and a little bit of change that it was. I think it could have easily been a strong 2 hour and 15 minute to 2.5 hours. So I'd like to see a little more confidence there, like trust that, hey, these characters you've got are worth spending time on. Because we spent a good chunk of time, of course, with Black Adam, with Dr. Fate, with Hawkman. I wanted to see more of Cyclone and wanted to see more of Atom Smasher. You just need a little more time. That's really all there is to it. So,
I think for me to want to see them again, I think they need to be a part of something else.
mhm,
So if they do just Justice Society thing, I
right.
think that's where they come into play the best. Because yeah, but they have good building blocks for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of good potential there as you have an opportunity to explore characters that would be hard to explore in the realm of the Justice League with the Justice Society as well. I think that's great. So I would like to see the Justice League get developed. I do want that. Like I want Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, that cosmic force, but something that's a little bit less cosmic at that Justice Society level. I, I'm here for that. I think that's great. I think it has an opportunity to be the best of both worlds, where you get to see a lot of really outstanding characters that you wouldn't necessarily get to see at the Justice League level. So yeah, I enjoyed all the characters that they introduced in this movie. Um, no critiques there. Just want more of it.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Um, something that segues or is closely related to that is, of course, the end credits scene has Henry Cavill, which again, somehow he's talking to Amanda Waller. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, for
Robots,
sure.
robots.
That's what also bothered me. There's no way Superman would be associated
What
with
is he?
Amanda Waller.
She's like, I'm gonna call in a favor. It's like, dude, what does he owe you? I don't think I think it's nothing. Pretty sure it's nothing.
Literally, Batman already was like, "Stay out of our business," and they were gonna leave Superman alone.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, Henry Cavill makes an appearance for the first time in 5 years as Superman. Isn't that just
That's wild.
hard to even believe?
Wild.
Almost 10 years since Man of Steel, which came out in 2013. So that's as wild as it gets. But rolls into the end credits scene, has a bit of dialogue with Black Adam. They don't go fisticuffs or anything like that, but just refreshing, just encouraging, just a boon to my spirit to see Henry in the Superman suit and to know that he's not getting tugged away by the MCU. He's not Hercules. He is freaking Superman. I love that. Henry as more Superman? Let's go. You bet. You bet. And to hear him like speak about it in interviews this week after Black Adam has been released now for a few days, he had a quote where he said he's excited for the world to see a more like, was it joyful Superman? Something to that extent.
It sounds like they're gonna get away from the Zack Snyder-esque vibe.
And Henry can pull that off
Oh, for sure.
because he can provide, I think, an outstanding balance of the somberness that is needed to bring some levity to that character, but he can also provide that just that buoyancy, that hopefulness without it feeling forced or fake. So I'm stoked. Like if they had tried to do some kind of a reset with this character with a different actor, that was going to be a real barrier for me. A real barrier because I think he is such an outstanding fit for the character. So couldn't be more excited about that.
I'm all for it. I still haven't seen Man of Steel, which is Smite probably,
It's okay.
but I've never had a problem with Henry Cavill.
No.
I think he's a cool dude.
No, it's great.